This video game contains anime references, waifus, husbandos, and more. Viewer discretion is genki desu. Okay. Hyperdimension Neptunia. There's gotta be something that sums this up perfectly. Something. Oh, I know.
I'll nip your face.
That's it. We're done. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay. See ya. All jokes aside, I'm not gonna lie, it's really tricky to kind of sum up everything about this game in the game's world. So bear with me while I try and get this right the first time. In Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, you play as Neptune, aka Purple Heart, aka the goddess of Planetune. At the beginning of the game, Neptune is in a battle with Greenheart, aka Vert, who is the goddess of Leanbox, Noir, aka Blackheart, who is the goddess of Last Station, and finally Blonde, aka Whiteheart, the goddess of Louis. Each of these CPU goddesses, and yes, you heard me right, CPU goddesses, are all battling to see who is top dog in game industry. The overall world that they all each oversee a section of. Thing is, in true competitor fashion, the three of them, Blonde, Noir, and Vert, all realize, hey, we're the ones with the lowest shares, even combined, to Neptune. So if we all take her down, then we can focus on each other later. So they all gang up on Neptune and knock her off her pedestal, almost literally, and she's sent straight down to game industry. Luckily, Neptune is found by Kampa, a young woman studying to become a nurse. Unluckily, the impact caused Neptune to lose all of her memories, which means that she doesn't know who she is, which means she doesn't know that she's a goddess, which means that she can't even activate her HDD form, which is the difference between her regular form that she will walk around in that looks really small and half pint when she's walking around and speaking with people, just wanting to blend in, and her HDD form, which is the form of the goddess which everyone recognizes. So Kampa and Neptune set out to find her lost memories, and along the way they'll come across the other goddesses as well as, well, a few other hidden surprises. Now, in case the term game industry didn't give it away for you immediately, this game is very self-aware of the references it makes to the game industry that we all know and may or may not love today. Some prominent examples of this would be the fact that Noir and Last Station stand for Sony and PlayStation, Vert and Leanbox refer to Microsoft and the Xbox, and then there's Blonde, who stands for Nintendo and whatever their latest console is at the moment. The game is full of references to other games and other companies. Personified characters of said companies even show up. For example, Kampa and IF are actually personified versions of Idea Factory, aka IF, and Compound Heart, aka Kampa. This self-awareness that the game has leads to a lot of funny moments and a lot of inside jokes and humor between some of the companies presented in the game as well as the series, which means that overall the game's tone is pretty light, so you can really just kick back, have fun, relax with these characters who are aware that you're there too, in a way. Or at least Neptune is aware that you're there. And before you ask, no, there really isn't a gameplay reason for that. It's just her breaking the fourth wall and being herself, her pudding loving self. That said, the game is almost 30 hours long, so it's going to take more than the story and some funny characters to keep you hooked. I know that's how it was for me, at least. Gameplay wise, it's your standard JRPG. It's turn-based, you pick who you want to have in your party, you fight, you earn experience, you level up, you get new gear, etc. There are transformations in the game as well. That said, each game of the franchise does improve on it game by game by game by game, and overall, it's always been fun, at least for me. But the thing that always keeps me coming back to Hyperdimension Neptunia are the characters, despite what I said earlier about it needing something extra to really keep me there. Because at the end of the day, because it proved to be a really fun game, now I can really sit back and enjoy the characters and the cast, who are colorful, a bit archetypal now and then, archetypical, I would even say, but enjoyable nonetheless. Now, to be honest, some of you might be a little turned off by the fan service. I personally don't mind, but don't mind me. But even for someone like me who doesn't normally mind fan service, it can get in the way at times in other mediums. Luckily, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 keeps it under control, or at least keeps it tamed enough so that it doesn't get in the way of everything else. In fact, a lot of the time the fan service is really just there for a joke, or to be exaggerated to be funny. The cutscenes are presented in a very visual novel-esque fashion. That said, the sprites do move, they do talk and whatnot, just not so much that you can really consider it not a visual novel. You know what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, if you find yourself looking for something that could be a lot of fun or just silly, and you don't care about whether or not it looks anime or not, because there are some people who do. So just a quick heads up in case you didn't see the warning in the beginning, this game is anime. Anime is all get out. Then I would highly recommend this game to start. Now this game is part of a series, but this game wraps itself up pretty well. So you don't need to worry about whether or not you need to play the others to know the full story. So once again, if this piques your interest, then I highly recommend checking it out on Steam. It's currently sitting there for $25. Get it, play it, love it, nep it, do what you gotta do. And if you are bitten by the bug, then don't stop there. Keep going, it only gets better. It's great there, but it gets a lot better as you go. And with that, I'm TUSDarryl, and I hope you've enjoyed your stay. See you later.